Welcome to Storycraft Studio. As promised, we're working on my Mermay Girl. I tried a few new things in making her and decided to continue that into this video. This channel is called Storycraft, and while we've done plenty of crafts, there haven't been a lot of stories. So today I'm going to tell you one of the stories for this doll while I work. Sorry in advance for any stuttering or background noise. I decided to do this in one go, and there's some light construction going on next door. Anyway, our girl here is Verity Waters. She's part of a band called the Blue Sox with her best friends Sky and Tina. For the early part of their career, they did conventions, school dances, and birthdays. Their appeal being that they changed their look to suit the event's theme. At one such princess birthday party, they were spotted by a record scout who gave them a contract. They made a record, hit the top of the charts, and signed up for a tour. But before they headed out, they were invited to be one of the bands for a large charity gala. It was a masquerade fantasy theme, and the girls fit perfectly. After their set, they mingled with the crowd, making contacts and winning people over. However, one person wasn't won over. Danny O'Hare, a young movie actor just off his first leading role, pulled Verity aside and whispered something to her. Next thing, Verity is trying to leave the gala. Her friends spot her and grab her. Now you have to understand, Verity is a siren, a singing fae spirit. Fae have all sorts of magical rules attached to them, and one says that they can't live as a fae on Earth without marrying a mortal. The fae are very good at finding the loopholes in their own law. And here's what they figured out a long time ago. So long as no one publicly accuses you to be a fae, then you can pretend you're human. There's wiggle room for you to tell people too, but they can't tell anyone else. It's considered a pretty rotten move to out a fae since they don't have any choice in going back. Well, that's just what Danny O'Hare did. So now Verity has to leave. Sky and Tina know Verity is a siren and know the rules, and that there are certain ways around this particular law. According to them, Verity has two options. 1, marry a human and become legal. 2, eat O'Hare, making the accusation go away. Okay, please understand that fae have a very different moral system than us. And so do these girls. They've been spending too much time with fae. Oh boy. Sky and Tina tell Verity to eat O'Hare. So they follow him to the bathroom and see something surprising. Not that surprising, it's a different surprising. He changes from a handsome actor into a troll. He's a fae too, a changeling. Well, with this information, they head back to the party. O'Hare finds Verity and grabs her, angry she hasn't left. He hates seeing other fae use their powers to imitate real ability, using it to jump over hard-working, honest people like him. But Verity has never used her magic. She worked for her voice, and their success is from their talent and unique sound. Yes, it's inspired by Siren Song, but she doesn't use her powers. Tina gets in between them and makes a scene. When she's got a big enough audience, she calls him a troll and changeling. Most think it's just an insult, but 1 or 2 recognize the truth. With a bigger audience, O'Hare's outing is larger and cancels out Verity's. She's free to stay, and O'Hare has to go. Unless he does something crazy, like stalking Tina to the bathroom so he can eat her. Thankfully, Sky spots him. Tina defends herself against his troll form long enough for Sky to bring Verity. She uses her magic voice to make him return to human form. Like that, he's no match for 3 very furious young women. Oh gosh, are they pissed. Well, having missed his chance, O'Hare makes one last effort to stay, asking for Tina's hand. Understandably, she refuses, and gives him a black eye for good measure. Out of options, he has no choice but to leave. His disappearance is a huge sensation the next day, and the police are called in. They question the girls, and, unable to lie, Verity tells the truth. Thankfully, the officer is a fae too, and gets it all straightened out. Within the week, several news feeds have pictures of O'Hare in his hometown. His agency says he had a breakdown after the stress of becoming a huge star and has retired. Earth news is easily obtained to the fairy room, and O'Hare finds out. Furious! He decides to write his side and send it to Earth. Of course, most people take it as fiction, but he's actually a really good writer, and it becomes a hit. He writes more, becoming a famously mysterious novelist, since he can't make public appearances. His first book is eventually turned into a movie, and the girls agree to play the villains, based on themselves. They go from a top band to movie stars. At the gala premiere, where they recreate that fateful night, the girls and some Fae lawyers figured out for O'Hare to make his triumphant return to the public eye. They're all great friends now. The end. Well, that's our story. Time to talk about the doll. The face-up was scary. After I'd done the sketch, I sat there wondering if I hadn't just made a huge mistake and was going to have to start all over again. I worked on it anyway, filling in the color until I got to the details. As before, I did the fine detail work off camera. It came out so much better than I thought. The wig started with the same old weft process, but the colors blew out the camera, so I cut the brushing process. The ombre effect was done with chalk pastels, and then I curled the wefts. The whole wig is inspired by Mosekito's wig vid, so I'll link her account below. I was terrified the whole time I was gluing because the wefts were so detailed I wasn't sure what I'd do if I didn't have enough. Thankfully, I didn't end up with that problem. To make her mask, corset, and collar, I used craft foam. I used the cling wrap and tape method to build the pattern. I cut out the pieces and formed them to the body by warming them with a lighter. Super glue held them together until it was time for the glitter, which comes later. Now we do the sewn portions, off camera. First, the skirt. Then the cape. Lastly, the corset. I painted it to plan where the glitter would go. I used the shoes the doll came with and repainted them. I was originally going to do a glitter gradient, but that went out the window once I started painting the finer details. I added pink glitter to the pink details, but no purple or teal. I think they came out absolutely stunning. The last detail is to add said glitter, fine and large in pink and teal and purple, on every single item. Now we just put it all together and off we go! If you guys liked meeting Verity, tell me if you guys want more stories in future videos. Thanks for watching! Hey, make sure to check out my other videos and subscribe so you don't miss anything. Also go to my Instagram, links in the description. Aloha!